Didn't see if he was over there.
What is Matt talking and Yankee talking about?
I don't know. It's the Open Liberty podcast.
Ow.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's his good one.
Isn't it his Wednesday? Isn't that his usually Wednesday night though? What's he doing on Thursday?
No, he does that show.
Yeah,
he does that show every Thursday. It's his new thing that he's got going.
I was watching last night. He had Yankee on there, and he was talking about his cops and shit again. I finally turned the thing off. It's like, I got better things to do than listen to this crap.
What were they talking about?
Oh, I forget what the subject was, but he got onto this, crooked cops and junk like that. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, my gosh.
So how are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Not too bad. How are you, Outlaw?
Yeah, work today. Tired as hell.
Yeah. So what's the word? Are you thinking that you're gonna make Tulsa?
Probably not.
Why?
I have no way to get there, man. No way to get there at the moment. So it is what it is.
You can take a bus.
Yeah. I'd have to leave Wednesday?
You get an Uber.
You paying for it?
Uber.
You just got to Uber up to Asheville.
I know a guy who drives an Uber. Probably give you a decent rate.
Oh, I know quite a few.
I think Sarge knows him too.
Oh,
yeah. Don't look like it's going.
Got a brand new car.
Got a brand new car. Going to have a brand new bumper on it.
Yeah. It's all taped up.
Or they got Gorilla Tape holding it together.
He ripped the bumper or tore the bumper on his car like within the first week.
Front bumper?
Mm-hmm.
On what, a parking barrier?
He said it was a washed out road.
Oh.
I'm like,
I had that happen with my mom's car once. I was in a mall and went to back out, and the parking barrier caught the underside of that thing, pulled it clear off.
Well, I was
Missouri.
I bet she was pissed about her Model A getting all tore up.
Model A, yeah.
I tried to make some suggestions for him without, over extending myself. I'm like, yeah, like after a few months, you might want to see about buying a car. Yeah. After a few months to see if you like doing this. Yeah. A few months from now, you might want to think about that.
Let's do it now.
He made it 6 shifts and went and bought a car. I was like, and then I rode with him. I'm like, if you don't start driving better, you're going to tear this car up. And then he tears the car up.
What did he do?
He washed out road. I don't know what he did, but he tore the front bumper on it.
What car did he get?
Oh, he got a Hyundai Elantra, like a 6 or 7 year old Hyundai Elantra. I mean, it's a nice car. It's fine. Got it for a good deal. Has reasonable miles on it. I don't think he got a bad deal at all. But you just you're committing right off the bat to this new adventure quick.
Yeah, it seemed a little quick to me. Probably would have gone.
He's not thinking about the maintenance and if you break something and it seemed a little. The upkeep. He's not thinking about that and how many miles a year are you going to put on it? How many years is the car going to last? So I don't know.
Well, let's see who we've got out there. We have Kinky Sphincter.
Oh, good Lord.
This is probably just like Valentine's Day for him. You, me, we get Yankee.
Oh, yeah. We
get Yankee in here and Mac. I saw he was crushing on Mac pretty hard.
Good.
Got gun toting pacifists. We got Shakey's out there. Got 2 Live Moo, Budget Gun Cinema, who just got some patches in from Sticker Mule, I believe it was. We got Fine Ape, who has a link I emailed to you if you want to jump in. And we got Carolina EDC reviews out there. And Guitar Man Pete just popped in.
Yeah, he went live, Sarge. He snuck that one right in.
I don't know how I snuck it in. It changes up there on the.
Yeah, really.
I'm multitasking.
Well, that's your fault, not mine.
It is my
I
fault.
was staring at a certain part of the screen, then I went up and looked and said, "Oh shit, we're live."
Gun toting pacifist. I'm saving up for
Well, you
Wanamaker.
should be used to that, Gary.
Do what?
I'm not getting anything right now.
By this point, you should be used to being live.
Gary,
I mean, you're on everybody's show in history.
And your point would be?
You're a mainstay, dude. You're on everybody's show. Whose show haven't you been on at this point?
I'm sure
You're
I haven't
even
been
on
on
the-
Hank Strange. Haven't been on the Yankees.
Are you complaining about not being on Yankees?
No, he asked me a question. I'm answering.
That's the way you said that. No, I haven't been on Yankees. Like you're depressed you haven't been on Yankee show or something.
Well, Yankee don't invite guests. So
I've had Yankee on my show. How about that?
Why?
yeah, my show.
Hey,
was that right after Midnight made him into the man that he is today?
no.
Ooh, Boomer's out there. I didn't think I sent. Boomer, did I send you a link? I don't think I did. Are you Ubering? Do you want a link?
I don't know whether he's working or not.
Mm.
He probably is.
Howdy, Boomer. But no, you were asking if I was going to make it to Tulsa. I really don't see how I can do it. I can't get to Asheville. There's no way I can get that far to get a ride. So
Get your relative to get off his ass. And
my relative
guys
can't do it.
will go to a truck stop. You guys could thumb a ride to Asheville.
Okay. I can just see me and Night Strike thumbing a ride to Asheville with guns on our hips.
tell him to put on his blue dress.
Stick his leg out a little bit. Yeah.
Take that big old meaty drumstick out there and get your ride.
Meaty.
Maybe they'll get picked up by Lady Aberlin from Mr. Rogers. Dressed as a nun.
What?
Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. You've never seen that, Gary?
No. Don't think I've seen. No, I haven't seen that one.
I am in the process of talking to you gentlemen and rebeveling a blade on a knife. That is not the easiest task in the world, by the way.
Rebeveling? How come?
Because the guy who gave it to me didn't like the way it was beveled to begin with. So I'm slowly filing it down and giving it close to a Scandi grind.
You doing it with a stone, or how you doing it?
Yep. I'm doing it the hard way.
Well, if you want it to come out right, that's the way to do it. Must be a darn good knife for you to go to this much trouble.
It's an old timer. Charade.
An older one or a newer one?
A newer one.
Some of them are okay. I've got one.
I bet you I've went through 500 of these things in my life. Now the old ones, the older old timers, until they got that little patina on them, that little bit of rust, they wasn't worth a crap. But after they got that first little bit of patina on them, started turning brown, that's when you knew you got to do your knife.
Well, them old ones would rust pretty damn quick, too.
But the old ones was plumb full of carbon, that's why. And I'm not a fan of stainless steel knives. I never have been. I'd rather have a good carbon knife any day of the week.
I'll send Boomer a link. He's taking the night off.
I sent him one.
Anybody make good knives under $50? Yeah, there's some.
OKC.
OKC makes a good knife. Here's the thing: when you're looking at good knives, there are some decent stainless steel knives out there. I would not pay more than $50 for a stainless steel knife. I don't care who made the knife.
I wouldn't pay more than that for any knife because I lose them. I'm just like budget. I either lose them or break them.
If I can't throw a spark with it, I don't want it. It's just, especially a fixed blade. If you can't throw a spark with a fixed blade knife, it's not the knife you need.
I don't carry them to be pretty. I carry them to use. If I got something I need a knife for, it's going to get used. So.
Well, that's the thing, you know. But I look at a knife as a tool, as a survival tool. You know, even a pocket knife has its uses in the woods.
I can't think. Just about every day I need a knife for something or other. I'll tell you one that gets more use because Jason Stewart, yes, I did. I went to the range today with a TX22. I have on my K-ring, I have this little key knife. It's a SOG. And it's a tiny little blade, but that one is always with me, even if I don't put anything else in my pocket. I've had that for 3 or 4 years now. Cost me $9.
If you're looking for a good fixed blade knife at a good price, look at the Moras, the Mora knives.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are awesome. Those things are awesome, and they will take a beating. And again, they got some that's carbon steel that are really good knives.
You can find some SOGs pretty reasonable too. A lot of times you can find them on sale. So I don't know what he's doing, but he can figure it out.
He's underwater, it sounded like.
Yeah.
So I suppose we had to run through the panel and introduce everybody. No, I don't think anybody doesn't know who's here, but we'll do it anyway. We'll go from my left, and we'll start off with the tactical chicken himself, the guy giving the bird, Mr. Gizagiri. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you? Thanks for the invite.
And you're quite welcome. Next, we've got the king of pins, Mr. David Bowling. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing well. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And we got Aquaman, Knowledge is Ammo. How are you? I can't.
He's quiet.
He's quiet. He's quiet. Well, it's nice to have you too, sir. Thank you for coming.
You there? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking the rest of this night off. After 9 in the 30s, and I've already had like 3 close calls with the rain and crap. So no, I'm calling it.
Close calls, as in like they were like really close
yeah.
to you.
Well, yeah, real close. Like not my door, kind of close.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like.
Nah, and it's really slow. Some places have already closed up that are usually open, and just nobody's out. The weather's nobody wants to be cold and wet, so it's slow.
This weather's shitty.
It's like 35 right now. So
Yeah.
I heard Gary likes it cold and wet.
Oh.
Like, we're getting that same shit here. It's
How are you doing up there?
but yeah. What's up?
So you're calling it for the night?
Yeah, I'm calling it. I'll be if I lose you in the signal, I'll jump back on as soon as I get in the house. But yeah, doing pretty good. It's just been busy, cranking about 60 plus hours a week doing this. But I like it.
That's cool. That's cool. Glad you like it.
Good. You can get prepared to go to Tulsa.
That's part of my goal. I'm trying to get everything caught up and built up so I can do that. So it's trying to hustle.
All right.
Y'all make sure you send back lots of pictures.
So we're going up to West Virginia, and the 1% himself. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, not too bad.
Everything going all right up there in the Thousand Acre Wood?
Yeah, I guess. Weather's shit right now, but like I said, I got the same shit going on right now outside of what Boomer's driving through.
Yeah, my wife told me this Sunday she planted some stuff out in the yard, and she's like, "You'll have to water that because it's not going to rain at all this week." And then it rained yesterday and today.
It's North Carolina. It's going to rain.
Yeah. So, yeah, I watered them Monday. I think Monday, maybe Tuesday. I think I watered Tuesday, and then it rained yesterday and today. So I think they're doing all right.
Yeah, they're talking that this shit's going to turn into snow overnight. Yay. And then be back to rain tomorrow. So.
I don't know if we're supposed to get that cold here. I think here we're going to stay a little bit warm. Sarge, I would imagine you're getting the same weather Boomer is.
Yes, it was getting cold when I came home from work, and it's chilly out there now. It started raining a little while ago, and I was looking. The Weather Channel says it could snow just for a little bit overnight, but it won't. If it does, it won't last because it's not going to get below freezing. So it'll melt as it hits the ground. But it is chilly, that's for sure. Thanks for the invite.
You're quite welcome. Since you made me start up early, come in here and chat with you since Hank didn't want to hang with you tonight.
He did not want to hang. Couldn't hang, I guess.
Been there. We know how the internet thing goes for some of us here on the panel have had issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hank was having issues last night on the show. So.
Yeah, I went to just to watch the end of his show last night, see if he mentioned Sarge and everything, and all I got was Babyface P. Hank wasn't there at all.
Yeah, that kept happening. I mean, it happened like 3 or 4 times on the show where Babyface was all by himself because Hank just mysteriously dropped out.
Yeah, I saw Hank was there for a little while, and I heard him tell Lola, "Don't do that because I don't want to lose it right now." And then he was gone. It was just Babyface P.
That's great. Don't do that.
So apparently Lola did it.
Yeah, he kept saying it was Lola's fault because she was trying to do something on her iPhone when he was trying to host the show. And
let's take a poll as to who do we think did it.
Hank.
The person who was warned, don't do that, right as it went blank.
Mm-hmm. So Outlaw, how are you doing up down there? I should say down there in the lesser of the Carolinas.
What do you mean the lesser? Explain that.
I mean the lesser of the Carolinas. Sarge will back me up on this.
Lesser, lower.
It might be the lower Carolina, but it is the greater Carolina. And I've lived in
land mass, not by land mass nor population.
And we don't have a senator that's introduced red flag bills to the.
Well, this is true. I'll give you that. But simply because I am here, this is the better Carolina.
We got Mark Meadows here, who's very pro-gun.
Yes, but we have the Outlaw Hatfield here, which is even more pro-gun. I'm so pro-gun, I work in a gun shop.
If anybody ever gets a chance to shake Mark Meadows' hand, it's like spectacular. I'm just going to say.
Did you get a Woody?
This dude, there must be like a machine at the gym that just works on handshaking. Because like when he reaches in, it's like the fireworks go off and everything. And it's like the most patriotic thing ever. Yeah, I'm just telling you. It's amazing.
Sounds like a little bit of a man crush going on there.
Well, like I said, I think you got a Woody.
It's really just like I said, just shock. How can someone be so good at handshaking? Just
politician.
Just you'll see one day. You'll meet him.
Don't you wish you were a baby so he could kiss you?
I don't know about that. I'm just saying.
That's what
Telling you, the
politicians you
handshake,
do, Handshakes and
handshake?
kisses babies.
it's like the webs of the hand. It's just like pow. It's unbelievable.
So
We're expecting that, were you?
No, not at all. We've had a late entry. We got Jim is here from Texas, I believe. How are you, sir?
That's correct. How are you guys doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. Went and did my Thursday evening shooting and managed to get back here.
Well, that's good. Did you shoot well? What did you shoot?
We do a pistol shoot, kind of a not formal competition, but kind of competition / defensive drill style. So we shoot 2 or 3 phases of that on Thursdays usually.
Did you win?
Nobody wins. We're competing with ourselves.
Somebody won.
Somebody won.
Somebody won.
If men
Actually-
have entered into competition, there was a winner. There
Oh
was
yeah,
a loser.
there was a winner. I was not that winner. One guy shot 2 of the 3 rounds like a second and a half faster than I did. And I'm only average. I'm better than I used to be, but
But did you shoot accurately?
yes,
No. Okay.
we did a variation on a El Presidente drill. So that was one of them, and the other was just 18 shots on target, 18 rounds, so no room for accuracy by volume. And then the third stage was kind of a shooting gallery.
That
How
sounds
big
cool.
is the target and what distance?
Varying distances. The El Presidente was probably at 5 yards. The 18 hits, 18 targets was probably anywhere from 7 to 12 yards, and the other it varied up to 10, 15, 20 yards, depending on where you're shooting at. But we do all kinds of stuff. We limit magazine capacity, so we'll do reloads during the force be doing reloads. Sometimes we do offhand shooting. We do cover and concealment shooting. We do awkward positions sometimes. Targets narrowly in between 2 no shoots. Hostage style situation stuff. All kinds of neat things.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. Everybody who's shot it for any amount of time has come out of it a better shooter, so that's what it's all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Any practice is gonna help, and if you're doing practice with dedicated drills, it's definitely gonna make you even better.
Oh yeah. I very rarely just want to go dump ammo into a berm anymore. Needs to have a purpose.
Yeah, I kind of still like dumping ammo into a berm.
Oh, if I can get a hold of a full auto AK every now and then, I'll dump some ammo into a berm.
All right, so it looks like we got Vanessa Kitty is out there. Battery has joined us. Jason Stewart is out there. We got AARP, and I'm sure sometime tonight he'll become Diane Feinstein, and somebody will probably block him, and we'll have to go back and fix that. Seven Wonders coming in strong, saying South Carolina looks like North Carolina's turd. Grim came in, and Snob is apparently trapped under the truck and texting into the chat from there.
I always figured it looked more like North Carolina was giving South Carolina head, but what do I know?
That's what we've often wondered. What do you know?
I thought South Carolina was on its knees, but
Y'all are brutal. I tell you.
I'm just
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
They're all
I
better
care.
than Alabama. Can we agree on that? We're all better than Alabama.
I thought you liked Alabama. Didn't you say that was your favorite country band?
No. I was talking about the state, not the band. The band's great. The state sucks. Literally. All the trees in Georgia lean to the west because Alabama sucks.
Oh, Jason wants to know if anybody's watched Paul Harrell's 22 ammo video. No, I did
Yeah,
not
I
have.
did. The damn
Yes,
thing's
I
like
watched.
an hour and 5 minutes.
I watched the whole damn thing.
I was not watching all the 22 shooting.
I skipped some of it.
I would start watching again. But I'm just going to fast forward to this point. And
What did he shoot? Like 3,000 rounds?
I have no idea. I haven't watched it. I saw it pop up. And I
In
saw
one range session, he shot 6 boxes of 500 rounds.
Yeah, he was shooting a ton of 20.
He filmed the whole damn thing. Like, geez.
And he did it to prove a point.
And I thought my videos ran a little long.
Somebody had made a video about his last video being wrong, that 22 ammo can shoot thousands of rounds without you ever getting a
That they
dud.
shot 20,000 rounds and never had any duds. That sounds like somebody I know, by the way. I won't mention any names.
I didn't get through one box of Winchester White with 22 without getting a dud. So I highly doubt this ass got 20,000 without a dud. Come on.
I shot a box of CCI Minimax today, a box of 100, and I did have one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I had to actually put back in and primer a second time before it would go off.
Yeah, I had it with because the range 22 they sells to Winchester, and I had one with the Henry. I mean, come on, give me a break.
Any round, any 22 round is potentially a dud. Come on, it's just common sense.
I haven't shot that much 22. I mean, I've shot very little 22, but even I know that 22 is notorious for having an issue.
A lot of times you could take that round, turn it 180 degrees, and shoot it again. It'll go off.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely will. That's what I did.
Yeah, and if you watch the video, he was talking about how his Remington nylon seemed like it was having more an issue with the. And then he was looking at it, and its firing pin was thinner. So if you had the gap right where the firing pin just fit right in there, but the other firing pins being narrow may have actually hit and struck, even though it had that gap in the fire, the ignition media. So
didn't he break the extractor on that 1022 also?
Yeah, the 1022 extractor broke. Yeah.
God,
he tore up his guns making that video, man.
I haven't watched it. I saw it come up, but I saw it was an hour, and I'm like, Paul, I love you, man, but I don't know if I can sit through.
I looked at that.
It was an hour
on
what?
An hour long.
Yeah, it was like an hour and 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
An hour and 5 minutes on what?
Every minute.
Of him
22
shooting
duds. He had a guy that made a 15-minute video saying that he fired 20,000 rounds of 22 without having a dud. So Paul said, okay, fine. I'll make a video showing you that that's not possible.
Yeah, Paul Harrell said, really? Hold my beer. He had like 8 different 22s or something like that. But
at the end of it, he said, so to the guy who said you went through 20,000 rounds without any duds, no, you didn't.
Yeah, and I watched every minute of that.
See, even on his regular ones, when he's just shooting over the chronograph, I'll fast forward through those and then just catch the numbers at the end.
I keep waiting for him to shoot his chronograph, man.
I'm sure he has.
Sure he has too. And I'm sure it's happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have been joined by the one that strikes at night.
Oh, we have. We have also from the lesser of the Carolinas. How are you, Night Strike?
I'm good. Thank you for sending me a link. I would have been here earlier, but one, I had to go pick up pizza because I won't deliver, and two, I was on the phone with Travis P11.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
What did the leader of the Travi have to say?
The Travi King.
Travis just needed some help with setting up his website.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Wait a minute. You're helping the Travi?
Well, it is what I do.
He was assimilated long ago.
$20.
No, I'm the leader of the Mike militia. We're forming an alliance with the Travi. That's what it was.
I have just lost all respect for you, sir.
Midnight Range says, even if they would deliver pizza, would you open the door for it?
If I ordered it, hell yes.
And Gus not letting know if Alan B Pro ordered it for him.
No, and I won't be opening the door for pizza in Tulsa this year. So,
guys, I got myself a dilemma, and I think you guys might be able to help me out. You are all gun guys. I'm sure that you know other gun people. I am looking for a Marlin 336.
I don't know any gun guys at all.
Me either. I knew guys
You're all
who
idiots.
have guns.
I know where there's one.
You know where I bet you could find a Marlin 336?
At a gun store.
At Wanamaker.
No kidding.
I'll bet you could find one at Wanamaker.
Probably.
You know where else you could probably find a Marlin 336?
At my work.
It's this wonderful retailer called Palmetto State Armory.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a local gun shop here that does stuff on Gunbroker. I don't know if it'll be on their Gunbroker page or not. Look.
Alex, just order it off the website and have it shipped to the store.
They don't have a website.
Well, see, here's the
link
thing.
from GunTube when you do it too.
It will not be shipped to me. It will not be my gun. A month or so ago, I got a hold of an old friend of mine who had bought her son a rifle, a Marlin 336. She bought it used from a guy. Kid's first gun. And the guy asked the kid after he had sold it to him if he could borrow it to go deer hunting. Well, the thing about it is this guy takes the gun and sells it to somebody else. And he's done this on 2 or 3 different occasions to 2 or 3 different people. So she's all upset. The kid's heartbroken. So I've decided that I'm going to get him a gun. I'm going to buy the gun. So if anybody can locate one for a decent price, let me know.
Well, I want to address something for Vanessa out there because she thinks that we've forgotten half the world because we said gun guys, and I want to reiterate what I've said before is that when I say guys, I mean it in the general and inclusive meaning of guys, as in dudes, guys, whatever. Not like Pickle, Calaveras 32 Special. When he says guys, it's because he hates women.
I love women personally.
I mean, for Vanessa, I'll say gun people, but only because Vanessa's out there and she's got a coonin, and I'm scared of her.
So just so you know, when I say guys, it's general. It's a general term. It's inclusive. It means everybody, not like Pickle, who says it because he hates women. So
you watch out for Vanessa. She's got a coonin. She ain't afraid to use it either.
I know, but she's been worried that Coonin's going bankrupt. She's going to lose all her warranty and parts.
I just got a message from.
I love her.
I just got a message from Boomer. He said he had to step out on the porch to text. Mm-hmm. He got home and the power's off at his house, so he's got to wait for the power to come back on so he can get back on Wi-Fi. So maybe it'll be.
I
back
had that
on
earlier this afternoon. My power was out for like 3 hours.
Yeah. So if he can jump back in, he will.
All right.
How is it obnoxious? I have just now subscribed to you.
I don't know.
I didn't know I was not. I didn't know I was not subscribed to you. Honestly,
that's cold, man. That's cold.
Hey,
even I'm subscribed to Obnoxious. What's wrong with you, cuz?
I don't know. I'm losing it.
I'd like to recommend my content, but I really can't.
I recommend mine.
It's
And
an
it's
acquired taste.
So is Ellis's.
Still better show than yours.
It's debatable.
No, ain't no debate to it.
If you don't mind going on Gunbroker and trying to bid on one, they got some that aren't that bad price.
Gunsnob hates his wife. Wants to know if that counts. So he's gonna be sleeping out in his office. Good thing he's got that green screen so he can make it look like a bedroom at least.
So he can also make it look like he's got a fireplace too, in case he gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
Is Mad Sexy trying to see how long he can make his channel name?
I think so.
Right.
I'm just waiting for him to just finally give in and just name it AARP.
Mad Sexy, where is the 7.62x51 NATO? Come on, man. Come on.
Well, see now see that's a good segue into the New Zealand thing, and they're gonna ban their assault weapons, and the guy that was virtue signaling about his semi-auto rifle that he turned in with one box of 7.62. I don't know whether it was 7.62x54 or 7.62x59 or 7.62x51 or what. He just had one box. He turned in his his rifle that he uses on his farm that made things easier, but it doesn't need, nobody really needs this, and turned in one box of 7.62.
7.62x51 is the military name for 308.
Yeah, but it just said 7.62 on his turn in, and it was one box. So he turned in a rifle and 20 rounds of ammo.
So he made himself feel better, but nobody is even 1% safer.
No. They're talking, and I think I saw that the way they have it worded is
pretty much like every semi-automatic weapon there is now banned.
Yeah, because it was detachable magazines over 5 rounds. It didn't say long guns or anything. It just said a gun capable of a detachable magazine greater than 5 rounds.
Wow, I bet the crime syndicates out there are going wild because now they don't have to worry about getting shot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, she proved that terrorism works, and I'm going to hold her directly responsible for the next few mass killings that happen, whether they're here or overseas. She inspired that shit.
Oh yeah, they made him the most powerful person in the world.
Yeah.
I do not think a mass shooter, a mass killer should be named. I do not think their name needs to be put out there. The story should say such and such man did something. But don't give him a name. Don't give him a face. Don't put his face on TV, because that's exactly what these idiots want. They want to be famous. Well, and that's what the media is famous for, is putting them out there, letting their names be known. Hey, this is the guy that did it. Now the next guy's thinking, I bet you I can one-up him.
Well, what's worse is the Democratic candidates for president now, for 2020, are now calling for New Zealand-style gun control. And what's worse is Bernie Sanders is running again for president, and he says we need to ban all semi-automatic guns in America.
Yeah, you think Yankee still thinks Bernie's pro-gun?
Did Yankee actually say that?
Yes.
I don't think.
Well, I'm going to say this. Bernie needs to take a real close look at history. The last time somebody tried to take our firearms from us, we went into a civil war. Do you really want to go down that route again?
But they did. They just made this guy the most powerful man in New Zealand, at least, because he got exactly what he was aiming for.
Well, no, he wanted them to ban guns in America, not New Zealand.
No, he wanted them to try.
Yeah, he's gone a long way, even in the United States, towards getting what he wants.
Yeah. By the way, Ellis, there's a link to the Academy where they got one for a good price. If you got one in your area, it won't ship, but if you got an Academy in your area, that's the cheapest one I found.
Oh, I've been looking all day, man.
Yeah, it was $399.99 for it. They got it on sale.
Bless you.
The midnight is that that is the PA House bill 76768 mandatory registration $10 per gun per year plus gun locks 24/7 and less on your person. Ugh. Man, that's nuts. And you know what? Pennsylvania was the first concealed carry permit I ever had because Pennsylvania had where you just send a picture into a sheriff in Pennsylvania and you fill out the application and they would mail you a non-resident permit. And now they're talking about mandatory registration and $10. That's nuts. That's nuts considering what Pennsylvania was 10 or 15 years ago. That's
Sarge, you still there?
he turned off his camera. He probably had to step away for something.
But yeah.
Yeah, but did you guys hear about the manifesto that this guy put out?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's awful. This dude was insane.
I didn't.
He wanted to do this mass shooting over in New Zealand to cause a civil war here in the United States.
Yep,
that was his plan.
That was his goal.
Yep, I read that whole section on Focus Show on Saturday.
Hey Sarge, since you're back now, I have a question for you.
All right.
You're the one who has the levelest head on your shoulders out of any of us here because you work in law enforcement. Let us know when we should start the Civil War, okay?
Yeah. The problem with that Civil War that they always talk about is nobody's going to be able to go home and play video games during the Civil War and all that nonsense that Antifa talks about when they're getting ready to start it. They don't realize they have to finish it once they start it. It's not just, okay, well, now that we're done, let's go get some Chipotle and go back to the house.
If it's Antifa we're fighting against, it's going to be over in a matter of minutes.
Yes, you're picking on the wrong crew.
Yeah.
Let me give Antifa a little lesson really quick. We've owned guns all of our lives, and most of us have been shooting them all of our lives, and we know what we're doing with it.
Yeah, some of us were shooting before we went to kindergarten.
Well, here's and I saw something. I don't remember who it was with the NRA, but somebody from the NRA put out a statement about New Zealand was going to go through with the assault weapons ban, and they said that's because New Zealand doesn't have their right to be armed, and that's the problem. New Zealand does have the right to be armed. They've just ceded that right to the government. It's here. We've got it enshrined in our Constitution that the government doesn't have dominion over that right, or shouldn't, even though, a bunch of it has been sold out. But
that's because the royal family of England is not on our money.
Remember, none of this in New Zealand is actually happening yet. It's still just the prime minister running her mouth saying it's going to happen.
Yeah, but they're all going along. They're all going along with it. It's going to happen down there, just like it did in Australia.
Well, I'm not saying that.
The same thing that happened in Australia is going to happen in New Zealand. The crime rates are going to go through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing happened in the UK.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, how bad is it that London, which used to be one of the safest in the world, is now now has a higher murder rate than New York and Baltimore?
And then this is what gets me about all that. Is they say, well, shooting deaths have went down. Yes, you're absolutely right. You get rid of most of the guns, shooting deaths are going to go down. That's natural. Have the rapes gone down? Have the knife killings gone down? Have the breaking and enterings gone down? Fuck no. Excuse my French.
Violent assaults will go up.
That wasn't
exactly.
French.
Well, what these people have forgotten is that a massacre that happened in Boston is what sparked the whole Revolutionary War in the first place. An oppressive government decides to have its military shoot down people for no good reason or for a shitty reason even. And hey, guess what? A whole revolution started, and they got kicked to the curb. But now it's like, oh, let's be exactly like the people that oppressed us.
I'm going to do
where the fuck were you 200 years ago?
I'm going to do a video about that from Tulsa this year. See if I can catch the same train that Sandtail Shooter caught.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that add up to the American Revolution. The Boston Massacre was just one piece of the puzzle.
No, but it was the beginning.
No, it wasn't the beginning. The actual beginning was at Concord and Lexington. The Boston Massacre happened a year before Concord and Lexington happened. What ended up happening was because of the Boston Massacre, they sealed off the city of Boston essentially. Then you had the militias around the country starting to, in the colonies gearing up, and they found out about that, and that's when but it took a whole year for all this to play out, and then they had the British troops go from Boston to Lexington and Concord to try and seize the weapons of the militia there, and that's when it all broke out into open fighting.
But I mean, Bernie Sanders and all these other people running for president are saying we don't need guns anymore, and they're bad. Okay, so just turn them over. And I'm like, have you not read a history book at all?
I was a U.S. history minor. Yes, I have.
No, not you. I meant them. Okay, I know you have.
I know. I was joking.
But it's just like history have proven that if you try and take guns away from people, people are gonna want to kick your ass.
Unless you're a society of mindless slaves. Just like what happened in Australia. These people are mindless.
Any country that was part of England.
They let their governments do this to them. You don't let your government do that. Here's the idea, people. And here's what you got to understand. When the government fears the people, it's a good thing. When people fear the government, it's tyranny. You want your government afraid of you. That's how this works. They work for you, not the other way around. We, the people, are in control of this country, not the senators and the presidents and the governors and your mayors. They work for you. You pay their bills. Without you, they couldn't pay rent. Understand that. You're the one in charge here. And every once in a while, when you get a bad employee at work, what do you have to do? You have to kick his ass out. Guess what? It's that time.
This is why I keep saying that when the primaries come around, you can still vote in your party, but don't vote for the incumbent, because we've gotten to the point where our government doesn't fear losing their jobs. When you've got people that have been in office for 40 years,
yeah,
there's an issue.
They're so detached. They're so detached from the area they're supposed to represent. They don't know anything about. All they know about is Washington.
Mm-hmm. And their own little bubble. And if
they know nothing.
And here's the thing:
out there, you're voting for the incumbent when the primaries come around. That's on you, because we've gotten to the point where we need something. We need to put that fear back into our politicians, and if that's voting them out, then they need to be voted out and get new ones in there. And you're going to get some crazy ones like, the Democrats did this time. But I got a feeling that their rising stars aren't going to be around the next time it comes around.
That Ocasio-Cortez girl, I don't know if she can make it to the end of her term.
I think the FCC or not the FCC, but one of those government regulatory things on campaign funds is going after her because of that whole issue.
And the thing is, she won't She doesn't think she did anything wrong, no matter what. It's okay because it's just
well,
okay.
That's how the Democrat mindset works. Even the socialist side.
Yeah,
they don't do anything wrong. They cannot do anything. They can do no wrong. They don't want to take accountability for any of their actions whatsoever, good or bad. They only want it to show that if they did good actions, they want it to be plastered all over the news and all over the newspapers. But when they do something wrong, they don't want to take responsibility because they want to hide.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting to see how this plays out because the people that ran Cortez's campaign also ran the campaigns for the 2 Muslim women that were just elected as well.
Oh, that one anti-Semite
what a surprise!
Representative. She's actually they're trying to get oust her.
Yeah. You got the one from Somalia, and then there was the one that was elected from Michigan. They're both anti-Semitic, and they had the same people run their campaign that Cortez did.
Well, didn't she also say that she was not going to follow U.S. law?
The one in Minnesota.
Yeah,
she already
had a lawmaker.
Yeah,
I mean,
I missed that? She said she's not going to follow U.S. law.
Yes, she wants Sharia.
She said she's not going to follow U.S. law.
She's already violated her oath of office.
It's the craziest thing. You ran for an office, you were elected as a lawmaker, and then you're not going to follow the law. It's the craziest concept.
I wonder how the hell she even got her citizenship to be able to run for office because she lied and cheated on immigration to get into
I want to say this is how you go about getting an invite to the show. You send me an email that says link me fuckface.
Wow, I did it wrong.
Shit, you sent me the email, so you know what email did I send you?
And the bitch of it is I'm an idiot and I'm going to give him a fucking link anyway.
Wow.
So let's see who the next person that shows up is.
Well, you can't guess.
Oh, I would.
I'll give you
bacon pancakes,
and the first 2 don't count.
Bacon pancakes.
I can't even believe you're letting one of the Trevi in here at all, man.
Well, you know.
Hey, I've had Trevi on my show. I can't say anything.
I've been on a Trevi show. It's pervasive. You can't get away.
I'm thinking Nate Strick's middle name is probably Travis.
There's this old saying: you keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Speaking of that,
I told him that when
there's a certain point in time where you shoot the enemy in the head and move on.
All right, Yankee, take it easy. Don't get all fucking wound up.
Well, we're just trying to get ready for.
What's that? You want to move to California and turn in all your guns?
Oh, why the fuck would I do that?
You're gonna have to try hard, Night Strike, because you got to go up against Cindy. She was pretty wound up on.
Woo! She's the wound. I'm not gonna say. I would like to say. I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but she's gonna be the wound. She could be the wound up son-bitch of the week.
She was definitely.
That was funny.
What did
she definitely campaigning for it? That's for sure.
Oh man, boy, fucking roll call was digging himself a hole with a big ass shovel last night.
What'd he do? What'd he do?
He was just very, very unhusbandly. He was not unhusbandly like he just.
They're not married yet.
He was spending money they don't have, and he
has an agenda. And he don't give it. He says he don't give a shit what she says. Basically,
he was spending money and giving stuff away.
I got a ring on my finger that says he better start fucking caring. I don't know Cindy well enough. I was gonna change the word "sumbitch" to something else, but I don't know her well enough, and I don't want to insult her. So we'll keep it at sumbitch.
Speaking of that, Midnight, how is your better half?
Oh, she's good.
I have not spoken to her in a while.
Yeah, she hasn't been on the chats a whole lot. She's just been. She pops in and out every once in a while. She was in the She was in the chat section, the comment section of last week's show, I guess, on my show. Yeah, she's just been going to bed early. She hasn't been staying up all that late. She's got the little guy all day. You know what I mean? I've been working so goddamn much. He's pretty much, you know, I mean, he's 4.5, man. He's running her ass ragged, and I'm at fucking work all the time,
So.
And for those of you that don't know, one of the best interviews I've ever done was with Midnight's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Look at 38 Super Partisan out there sucking up to the Travi. I for one welcome our new Travi overlords. Just calm yourself out there, brother. They ain't that powerful yet.
Yeah.
There's only like 3 of them.
Too Hottie says rest in peace, World Call 219.
Armament Axis says I was there saying this is why I'm single. My money.
Oh, he was digging fast, man. He was digging fast.
Well, not every one of us can be as lucky as obnoxious one and have a sugar mama.
Nope, I'm telling you.
Good for you. That's good for you, man. I wish we had a bunch of money laying around.
That's a good gig if you can get it.
Yeah,
man.
I was telling everybody before the show started. I stopped in the local gun shop today just to take a look around, and looked around, didn't see anything. Walked back. I was leaving, and I told the owner, I said, "See you guys later." And he's like, "Well, what do I need to order to get in here?" I'm like, what do you mean? Well, you're leaving empty. You're leaving empty-handed. So I obviously need to order something.
Yeah.
You can order me something and send it to me and say if you feel bad.
I feel all right.
Okay.
He's got all the new stuff in. Well, not all, but he's got. I looked in there today. He's got a 43X sitting in there and a 48, and he's got one of the Mossbergs sitting in there.
Yeah, the one gun shop here, the one that's the general store place that has all the other crap in it. They have all 3 of those, but they're the ones that ordered me my CZ and C suppressor ready in urban gray that's on layaway right now.
And see, they've had that one in there. I told him I wanted one of the CZ75s in the matte stainless. So he's got to find one of those.
Yeah.
You know, when I didn't realize when I talked to the guys at Mossberg at the Sportsman show, I didn't realize that the pistol, you can get it with a safety, but it's a crossbolt safety. I would have loved to ask them why they made that decision versus the traditional thumb safety, you know?
Why didn't they just put it on the top of the slide like the...
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, the shotguns don't even have a crossbolt safety. Well, the Maverick does, doesn't it?
Yeah, and see, I do like a crossbolt safety on a shotgun because that's what I grew up shooting. So a tang safety is a little bit weird to me, but on a pistol, boy, it's just a little bit awkward. It's not awkward. It's just different. It's so different. I wonder. I'm curious to know why they made that decision. You know.
Just to make you ask that question.
I highly doubt it.
They wanted a reason to drive you crazy, and you gave them one.
Well, it could be.
So you were burning to get in here because it's dumpster fire and burning's what happened. So what were you so hopped up to get in here about?
No, nothing. I just got off of work and I figured you guys were still going, so maybe I could class to join up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I doubt that, but thanks for coming anyway.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear a lot of? It's raining real hard while I'm driving.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
I just figured you were adding in fire sound effects.
No, I'll mute myself. I didn't know if you guys could hear it.
So you want to go over your Pennsylvania bill while you're here?
Oh, well, pretty much.
I know you did a video on it.
Yeah, and actually, I'll tell you what. The video's is doing pretty good. It's up to like 700 views, so that's cool. I feel pretty good about that. Got some good comments in there. Yeah, basically it's a mandatory registration bill. Every gun that you own has to be registered every year, and it's $10 a gun. So if you have 10 guns, it's going to cost you $100 a year just to do the registration for it. And then they tagged on a gun lock. I don't know, it's not a rider, but you know what I mean? They tagged on gun lock so that if your gun is not on your person, it would have to be either in a safe or have a gun lock on it, or be, I guess, disassembled, I think, if I remember correctly. And that's kind of weird, too, because, I mean, we have open carry and we have concealed carry in a vehicle. So what's a little bit weird is if it's not on your person, can you have it in a glove box or something like that without a lock? You know what I mean? So that's something that I couldn't really find the answer to. So if you're driving and you have it in your glove box, that's legal right now, but would it be legal then? Or would you have to have a lock on it, you know?
What did they say the purpose of having to do this every year? Not that I'm for even the first year. I'm not.
Right.
But okay, so
know,
you've done this.
Yeah.
Why would you have to
found,
redo it every year? Why? I'm just curious.
I haven't seen any answer to that. I haven't specifically like searched that out, but I've read a couple of articles and I've watched a couple of videos, and nobody has really given an answer to that other than, I guess
it's punitive.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that, see, Pennsylvania has its own background system, right? The state police does, like, we don't have NICS, we have Pennsylvania background check. So, and this is all going to be done through the state police. So what I'm assuming is they are going to be giving you a background check every year. And that's what the $10 per gun is. Now, I don't know why in the hell they have to do a $10 per gun and not just one background check for the person and then register the gun if they would do that. That's a money grab.
It's punitive. They're trying to make it hurt.
Well, what the problem is as long as you still have private sales, they're going to want to know that you still have the same gun this year as you did last year.
Right. Well,
that's why you have to register every year.
Right, and that's the thing. It's to catch people that might private sell. You can private sell long guns in PA. So as long as you can do that, there really is no way to track a gun unless you have a 100% gun registration. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So basically,
what's going to be the penalty for you not registering it if you sold it?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They're going to make you provide the name who you sold it to, or what are they going to see? The whole thing is a spider web. Right.
And that's the thing is the amount of information that you have to give is more than you have to give to do friggin' just about anything else on the planet. You have to do, they're talking about fingerprints, social security number, citizenship, name, date, birth date, address, social security number, and then, all the model information, caliber, serial number, all that stuff of the gun.
But getting an ID to vote is immoral.
Right. You don't have to prove citizenship to vote, but you have to prove citizenship to own a gun. Right. So it's kind of bananas. So it is pretty nuts. And Pennsylvania has been, it's surrounded by some craziness, but Pennsylvania has luckily been a pretty pro-gun state. We're lucky here. But this is a bad one. I don't like when people do it. I'm not going to be the guy that says, "Oh, it won't go through," because I mean, who the hell knows? Wolf is not a pro-gun dude for sure. And somebody and somebody that doesn't, somebody that's not a gun person they're gonna look at that and be like, "Oh, it's only $10. It's only $10." No, it's not only $10. If you have 50 guns, it's $500 every year. It's a shitload of money, So
yeah, Wolf was a total asshole. He was the first one after the temple shootings in Pittsburgh to start crying for gun control. He's a complete total.
Yeah. Well, so that's PA Bill 768. I mean, I got a video on it if you want to watch it, but pretty much that was the rundown. If you just heard what I said, then
I did drop the video link out there in the chat.
Yeah. And yeah, so I appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, I need to. I haven't looked up if anybody's planning on doing any kind of get-togethers or anything like that. I haven't even talked to RL about it. To tell you the truth, I haven't talked to him since the other week. So I don't know. He's really up on the PA Firearms Association website, and he's a great dude to go for if you have any questions. I'm just sort of treading water with it. It's not really my. I'm not really an expert on anything. So I'm just trying to help out. You know what I mean? Get the word out a little bit.
Yeah, Black Cat does seem to keep up pretty hard on the Pennsylvania stuff.
Oh yeah, very much so. And he's on the forums. The PAFOA is the Pennsylvania Firearms Association website. He's on there a lot. He's knows a lot of people, and he's been doing it for years. So, and he can really, I mean, he's a little bit better at making heads or tails when you read some of the legal stuff. This one's pretty straightforward. But some of the other ones that we've read, him and I have talked about, and as good as he is with it, there's been a couple of times where he's like, well, I'm not sure what that means. I'm like, and that's exactly what they want. They want things to be vague, and they want things to be random, and they want things not to make any goddamn sense. You have to have, a team of lawyers reading shit to you to explain it to you, and that's kind of scary. That's how a lot of stuff slips through, So yeah, if you're in PA, keep your eye out.
Yeah, you don't have to know what's in the bill until they pass it.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what it seems like, right? I mean, that's kind of it. Almost seems like the MO is it's like, and when I tried to read the one that I had him actually help me with a little bit, I was like, what is this and what is this? There's so many things that go back to other bills that you have to. It's like Sarge said about us being a spider web. A bill alone can be its own spider web, because you read something and then it'll reference another bill or another amendment, and if you're not really good with it, man, holy shit, it's tough. It's confusing.
Now I don't know if PA does it, but Illinois was good for taking a bill, and they called them shell bills, because what they do is they'd have a bill, and then they'd name it and everything, and then later on they'd strip everything out of it and turn it into a different bill, and it's under the same name and under the same number and everything, but it would be something like kittens are awesome, and then that original bill was all about how kittens are awesome, and then they'd strip everything out and put in guns are evil, but the bill would be named kittens are awesome. Illinois is good for that. They do that all the time. They strip them out and put in shell bills so that people won't see what they're really about.
Well, last I checked, you were in North Carolina, not Illinois.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
Speaking from experience.
My experience is 47 years of Illinois, and 1 year of North Carolina. So actually it's 43 years of Illinois and 4 years of Wisconsin, and then 1 year of.
Wow. Wisconsin isn't much better these days, so.
No, but they got their concealed carry permits before Illinois. Of course, they were the last two states in the union.
Yeah.
You can get one in Illinois?
Yeah, I had my concealed carry permit in Illinois. I was one of the first. I think my number was somewhere low 5,000. No, not quite that low, because I think all the instructors got it first. But I was in the first batch, and if I was still there, it would have expired in February of this year. So it's been 5 years since Illinois had them.
Yeah, it's easier to get your permit in Illinois than it is like Maryland or New Jersey or New York or any place like that.
Yeah, but it's not as easy as it should have been because they won the court case. It should have been a lot easier than what it ended up being. And that's, if you go way back to, my first video was because Mac had started coming out hard against the NRA about a year ago. And that's my first video on this channel is how right he is, because I watched the whole thing go down in Illinois.
Ass kisser.
Yes, because I'm sure Mac watches my channel.
Oh.
But yeah, they had the court case, and Illinois had lost the court case. They had to come up with the concealed carry permit, and the NRA just kind of bent over and took it from them. Ended up with 16 hours of training, $150 fee. They had 90 days to approve it after you completed your class and turned in your fee. Or no, they had 120 days. They had 90 if you chose to pay extra and get your fingerprints done. You already have a FOID card. They don't honor any other states. They gave statewide preemption, but if you were a home rule municipality like Cook County is, then they had 10 days after the passage of the bill to put in any kind of ban that they wanted. So Cook County still has an assault weapons ban, has a laser ban, has magazine restrictions. I don't think you can get ammo shipped to Cook County. I've heard people having problems, or maybe you can, but nobody will do it because it's such a pain in the ass to do it.
And don't forget that they established the what is it, out of state licenses, but only 5.
Yeah.
They only recognize 5 states being able to do it.
At the time, it was only 2, so I don't know if other states have gone, but you had to have significantly similar, which reading that in Illinois speak means it has to be exactly the same as Illinois' requirement, and then it was $300.
Yeah, and what I don't get is how the hell Virginia ended up being one of those 5 states, because their gun laws are nothing like Illinois. Virginia, they have open carry, and their gun laws aren't that bad, really.
What's their concealed carry permitting process like, though?
I'm trying to remember. You got to take your NRA course unless you're a veteran. That whole thing where you like an 8-hour course you have to take, and their permits under $100. I forget how much, but I mean it's not as bad as Illinois. So I wouldn't consider Virginia's gun laws to be significantly similar to Illinois.
It's not their gun laws, though; it's their permitting process. So
yeah.
if they're,
I don't even think that's significantly close, because West Virginia's would actually be closer. Just because you can still get a West Virginia permit even though we have constitutional carry, and it's $100 and some for your permit in this state. They're working on that, fixing that little problem, but yeah.
What do we got? What's going on with ARP and the gun snob out here in the? I don't know. Snob says he blocked him, but he's here. He got rid of all his calibers after his name, though. So maybe it's a different one. Maybe is this a fake Mad Sexy Man of the Night? We're not going to have this whole drama with the Warsaw Patriot, are we? God, I hope not.
So you tell me they're the same person?
I don't know. Are the 2 Warsaws the same person?
No.
Okay.
You don't know they are for a fact. They say they're not.
No, and if that bill goes through in PA, man, that is nuts. Because like I said, that was my first concealed carry permit, was getting the PA out of state permit, because it gave me like.
Why they're doing it.
It could be. It could be. I don't have my PA permit anymore. It doesn't give me anything. But back then, it gave me like 20 states because I couldn't get one in Illinois. And PA gave me like 20 states that I could carry in.
Yeah, I thought about getting my PA permit. So all I have to do is go up to Bedford County, which is just on the other side of Cumberland, which is between here and PA. It's only $20 for your permit, but or else that I would have to have my West Virginia permit to get the PA permit. I don't know if that's right or not, but I wouldn't have to take the NRA courses or anything like that.
Well, I certainly hope it doesn't pass, because that's disastrous if it does. Because they're not even hiding the fact that they're being mean spirited.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, $10.
They're not even hiding it. That it's safety, public interest. They're just blatantly wanting to make it hurt.
Well, gun control isn't about being nice. It's about taking the rights of the people away from them, because we're self-entitled jackasses that have 24/7 security and live in gated communities, so we don't need no one needs a firearm because we're already surrounded by security.
Mm-hmm.
Define security.
Not talking about us outlaws. He's talking about the government.
No, I understand what he said. I understand.
Senators and representatives.
That's not security.
What security do they have?
Armed security.
Supplied by who?
That's what I'd like to know.
Because it ain't the Secret Service. They don't get Secret Service protection.
You know what? You know, on Twitter the other day, one of the senators said, "Oh, we don't need guns in our country. Nobody needs an AR-15." And I told him, because he was saying we need to ban semi-automatics. I go, "You're right. We need to ban semi-automatics so that the people who are hired as your armed security don't need them anymore, and you don't need them to have firearms to protect you." Right? Funny how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most members of the health only have armed security when they're at some function that's their job related.
If these jackasses who say they serve the people found out that removing firearms from the people meant removing firearms from their armed security, they wouldn't be doing it. You know why? Because they want to be secure. They don't give two shits about you, but they want to be secure.
Well, yeah, they always think it's, they play on emotions. They don't play on the facts. And like we said about New Zealand, that guy became the most powerful man in New Zealand because he got them to do exactly what he wanted them to do.
You're exactly right.
And he's getting the left wing or the Democrats or whoever you want to call it, the anti-gunners here in the United States to do exactly what he wanted to do as well, because that was his plan. If that's his manifesto that was out there, which I haven't researched the whole thing, so I can't tell you for sure that was his. I'm taking it on, a bit of faith from the many people that I've heard it from.
Yeah, I actually read the thing. I read part of it on Sarge's show on Saturday. This guy was a nut job.
Oh yeah, and I saw some, and didn't he have something about climate change or something in there? And I mean, he was like all over the map. And I saw something, they called him a right-wing terrorist.
No, he was not right-wing. If you read his manifesto, he says he's an eco-fascist, but the government that he most associated himself with would be that of China. which is one of the biggest polluters on the planet. How can you be an eco-fascist and then say your dream government is China?
It means he's a communist.
I think there's a good chance that as much of what he was writing in there was simply trolling the entire planet as anything. I mean, I haven't read the whole thing and tried to get into the psychology behind it, but the guy had a pretty inexplicable goal, even if it, there's nothing that makes sense about what he did, even if he was truly trying to sow some of the discord and even civil war and stuff he was talking about.
Yeah, and most of it was written as though he was interviewing himself.
Hey, don't bring your Slim Jim candy bar propaganda onto my channel.
Nope, sorry.
No, bring it back. I want to see more of it.
Next, he's going to.
Did he say they were or weren't candy?
They are not candy, damn it.
They are.
They are not candy.
I will turn the show around right now.
They've all been brainwashed by the fucking Trevor.
Wikipedia it and see.
Candy.
No. We've been brainwashed by the chicken people. That was all Gary's fault.
All Gary's fault.
Yeah, Two Live Moo out there is trying to get us to eat chicken, and Gary's trying to get us to eat cows.
Well, did you hear about the other day? I forget what state it was, but the other day a cow walked into a Chick-fil-A.
I did see where somebody took their Longhorn into a Petco on a leash.
That's amazing.
So I didn't read the whole article, but they were testing the N38 Super Partisan is now welcoming our new chicken overlord. So what we know about him is that
beef
he
chicken,
is
I'll
open.
take a Diablo sandwich. No big deal.
He's open to any overlords that come along. He is willing to welcome them.
He seems pretty easy to manage.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't read the article. I just saw it come up real quick on my Facebook feed that somebody took their Longhorn steer into Petco on a leash to test their any pets on a leash are welcome policy.
How did it go?
I don't know. I didn't read the article. I just saw it come up
knocked
and
down like a whole aisle or something.
Oh, I'm sure. I saw that it had
the complete disaster at the fish tanks. They just went nuts there.
No. I found the article. The other day, a cow got loose in Noblesville, Indiana, and walked all the way across the street into a Chick-fil-A until I guess the authorities or animal control could bring the cow back to its owner.
Did they serve it though?
I don't know if they had anything to serve the cow.
What did it order?
Tomato there.
I don't know if it made an order or not, but at least got to the building. So I don't know if you've ever been to a Chick-fil-A. If you have, they have signs with cows all over the place saying "Eat more chicken," and it's hilarious that a cow that got loose in Noblesville, Indiana, went and ran straight to a Chick-fil-A.
You know what we're going to see here on the news next? We're going to see a duck walk into Subway in Michigan City, Indiana, right near Roll Call's house.
It's going to be followed by 4 guinea hens and a turkey.
Yeah. Mitch Hedberg, the late comedian, did a skit about ducks eat free at Subway. So that's what I'm going to think of from now on. It's Roll Call. It's ducks.
Larry will be heading into. She didn't even get Larry last night, so I don't think she should get Wuspot W.
Oh, I don't know, man. She was pretty tuned up.
Oh, Pickle's out there. Pickle, you're gonna have to check the chat. I think we're about half an hour in. I did give you a shout out, so you'll have to go back and look at that. And somewhere in there, I gave you a nice little shout out, Pickle.
Was it so bad, Midnight, that you're trying to intervene and get him to stop?
Yeah, I was like, I kind of said a couple of things. I was like, oh, buddy, I don't remember what I said in the chat, but I knew when he started that it was not going to be good.
Please stop. Please
Yeah.
stop. Please stop.
I was like, for the love of God, please don't, roll call, don't.
Roll call for your own
And then
sake.
I think it culminated with her saying something. He was like, I don't care, and I was like, oh shit. Oh shit.
So what
gonna be
you're
bad.
telling me is
His excuse is they aren't married yet, and they live in different houses right now.
And it may be
like
from now on.
I'm not gonna say that.
Maybe from now on. Yeah.
Not to get married to keep that up.
And forever.
He might be all right with that.
So what you're saying is I got to send him this picture for rants and raves.
Dumpster fire of the month. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that might have been it.
Oh, we've been joined by a yellow square. Hello, yellow square. How are you?
The largest of yellow squares.
No.
Skeletor. I believe that's Skeletor.
Yeah, wound up son of a bitch. Yeah.
Well, you call him Skeletor. I like to call him Shorty, but that's just me.
Oh, what? How much taller are you than me?
At least a foot.
Oh, okay.
I remember I had to look down to you, so you know.
I don't know. You never opened the door, did you?
Oh, no, you know. He's making the joke, but
anyway.
So how's Tulsa Strike 2 coming? Night Strike.
It's not happening. I've got about a day left. I'm only at $370. I've looked at renting a car. It's going to cost me at least $150 to drive up to you. So it's not worth it. I've looked at getting a flight to Tulsa. That's going to be $450 my before taxes. That's not going to happen. As far as the place to stay, I don't have a place to stay, so I'm not going to Tulsa. So all of you have fun in Tulsa. Just I don't have the money. I'm not selling any of my any of my rifles or handguns right now because of all this shit that's going on. I'm afraid I'll never get them back. I'll never be able to buy new ones.
Hey, I'm not going to Tulsa either, man. It's okay. You'll be all right.
Just go in November.
Don't have the money for that either. So there you go.
Start a new Indiegogo that ends in November.
Yeah, roll over your Indiegogo to November.
So it's Tulsa Strike 3.
That shirt's worth it. Same.
Well, if it's not worth it, then why try? You know.
Well, I tried thinking I'd do better this year, and apparently, I did about $70 better than I did last year. So,
okay,
I don't know.
So you did better.
Yeah.
But again, since I didn't get the full funding, anybody that got charged the charge is going to be reversed because I set it at fixed funding because, quite honestly, I didn't want to have to set it up as flexible, only get like $200, and then still have to go to Tulsa and get all that stuff when I can't even rent a car for that much.
Yeah, couldn't you just do like Sarge said earlier and just open up one from now to November?
I could, but
why not do that?
I don't see the point.
Well, how many days did you have this one running for?
60 days.
7 days or 60 days?
60.
So in 60 days you got $300 some odd dollars?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, in 180 days you get 1,000.
Yeah, that sounds like. I mean, that definitely sounds like something doable. Is open one up and let it run until November, and that way you could also probably, if John Smith donates $5 this month, 2 months from now he might be able to donate another $5.
Yeah. So, we'll see what happens.
you'll end up getting to $9.99, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody will throw the dollar in.
If you get there, then take the $2 that Gary said he'd give me to bring cable down here, and you'll be over.
Wow.
And I'll have to come up. I'll have to come up with that $2.
Speaking of which, what's the timeline on the patch batch? I don't remember it now.
I think somewhere in April they were going to be shipping.
Yeah.
Like mid-April, like somewhere like after Tulsa.
Yeah, don't be bummed out about Tulsa, man. I mean, you got a really cool opportunity with the patch batch to make some money from that, and you know, and then see where it takes you. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, getting that 100 patches is going to be. I mean, that's a good deal for you to getting those 100 patches. I mean, you're getting those, and you'll be able to turn those straight into cash. And
hell yeah, you could sell them for at least $5,000 a piece.
I wish. But
that would be
then
too
you could
low.
probably get that. You could probably get that GunTube app up. When you sell one patch, and you can get that GunTube app going.
Yeah, if someone would buy it for $500.
You'd buy a gun with it.
No.
Could buy a gun and rob a bank.
He's probably going to go out and get that He's going to sell all those patches and get those Meteorite 1911s.
I wish.
Or he's going to get, what was that, a Nighthawk? Was that Nighthawk Midnight that you saw with the mammoth grips?
No. Oh yeah, that's $7,500 of pure awesomeness.
There you go. You only need to sell a patch and a half.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Sarge, you had asked about when I was leaving for Tulsa.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on it? Because it's like 16 hours from here.
Mm-hmm.
So
just whatever time you want to leave. I don't care. I was just curious, trying to get my ducks in a row. That's why
roll call. Roll call. I would say, well, because we're gonna be driving overnight, so get there Friday morning. So I'd probably leave my house somewhere around 10, sometime between 10 and noon, something like that. That way, how do you feel about that?
That would put us, if you left at noon, that'd put us in Tulsa, with all the stops, probably about daylight.
Yeah. And then we
stop a few times.
And we wouldn't have to kill too much time before we did the museum. Because otherwise, if I left earlier than that, then it's going to put us in there, sometime in the middle of the night, and we're going to have to.
Because I don't want to stop and really sleep in the vehicle.
Right.
That no one really rests.
No.
I'd rather keep moving, let somebody sleep while we drive, stop at a truck stop every so often, or, get out, walk around, get something to snack on, and keep going again.
Okay.
Did you say it's only 16 hours?
Yeah. I didn't say it was only 16 hours. I said it's about 16 hours.
Yeah, you could just drive that straight through, right?
I used to be able to, not anymore. But with a car full, yeah, we're gonna drive straight through. We'll just swap off driving. Gun stop. It's a full hour drive for him. Well, see, then Snob, you should drive out 8 hours, pick us up, and drive the rest of the way back. Sounds fair, right, Sarge?
What was that?
Snob says he's only got it's a full hour drive for him, so I think he should just drive out 8 hours and pick us up,
And we'll
then
meet
drive
him.
us the rest of the way. Yeah.
We'll meet him at Gary's, park our vehicle there. He could drive us back and forth.
Here we go.
Sure. My little car that might seat 4 people, including me.
How far are you from Tulsa?
Me, about 3 hours. 3.5.
I didn't know out in the center of the state, it all kind of looks the same on a map.
I'm going to be there by Thursday evening, probably.
Oh wow.
I'm leaving Thursday morning pretty early, so I'll get there Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. I got about a 7.5 hour drive.
Oh, snob, you sat in my car for 5 minutes.
Now, if you go more than 15 miles in Gary's car, though, you're liable to hit a deer.
Mm-hmm.
So, Grim, when are you planning on getting in?
Probably meet you guys Friday morning in Claremore over there, the museum. Because I think I'm gonna leave Thursday, probably Thursday evening. I mean, if it's straight, it's about almost 11 hours.
Yeah.
But I know I'll have to stop somewhere because those days of driving straight through. I mean, at least just to grab something to munch on or something. So I figure we'll get there about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Probably eat breakfast over there, a little joint right down the street. That's what we did last year. The little, I can't remember the name of it now. A little breakfast spot right like a couple blocks away.
Yep. So that's probably what we'll do then. I'll plan on leaving here between 10 and noon, Sarge, and picking you guys up, and then we'll head in.
So you'll be here about 1 or so. It's about 3 hours away. 3.5 maybe. 3 hours. And then we'll get on I-40
and go.
And that'll get you there at what time then?
We'll probably get in there
about daylight by the time you stop every couple hours.
Yeah.
That's only if they make out while they're driving and they don't stop to do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course.
Wow.
But we'll live stream it, so.
Oh, there you go.
You should just fly down here, Midnight. I'll pick you up at the airport. We'll all ride out there together.
Oh, I wish I could go. You just gotta. Now you guys gotta watch. You just gotta make sure that there's no mustache hairs in Obnoxious's zipper when he gets there, because then there's been monkey business going on.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, watch out for creepy dudes in nondescript white vans.
Parked in parking lots.
See a lot of white van spotting lately.
Yeah.
That's what it is. None of them are G though, unfortunately.
But he doesn't just leave Arizona and come up and drive around Pennsylvania?
He did last year. I missed him. Missed him by a day.
Did he come up to Pennsylvania last year?
Yep. Yeah, he was up here.
Yeah. He was there.
Yeah, he came up. I think he saw. Who the hell's in Pennsylvania? What the hell? I forget. Yeah, he was up this way. I missed him by a day. He was on his way west of me, heading back when I got a hold of him. I didn't realize he was up this far.
Well, he was going up that way because he was going to New York for Bannerman Castle.
Yep, that's what it was. Yep, and the way he was going, he was heading from New York down towards Pittsburgh way, and I caught him after he was already like halfway to Pittsburgh or something. It's when he still had Oro. He had Oro with him.
Snob says we need to go to Fat Guy's Burger Bar. Is that code for something? Is that just burgers at Snob's house?
Oh, Snob's cooking.
Fat Guy's Burgers and Fries.
I think that's just code for Snob's cooking on the grill. I think that's probably about it. Everybody destroyed their bump stocks that they may or may not have.
Ain't got no bump stock.
Never
What's a
heard of
bump
one.
stock?
Yeah.
Bump stock.
Bump stock.
Boating accident.
Yeah.
Is that like chicken stock or beef stock?
Like Woodstock?
Oh, Woodstock. There you go.
Yeah.
Gunstop, was
Like,
I not clear? Was I
Bird?
not clear calling you fat? Because yes, I'm calling you fat.
Wow. That's blatant. That's disrespectful.
He seemed unsure, so I'm just clearing it up. Yeah, I'm curious to see because I know they had their day in court, but I haven't heard anything else from them, and we're 5 days out from when they're supposed to be destroyed or turned in. So
That's what I was going to say. It's going to drag all the way out. Everybody's kind of forgotten about it. And then the day will come, and all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, wait, what the hell's today? What's supposed to happen?
I'm pretty sure there's still last-minute court maneuverings and filings and
well, see,
all
that's
of
the
that stuff.
thing. They had their court date, and they know that, they know it's coming up, but
Yeah, what
I
is
think-
going to happen on that day?
absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Because they don't know who's got them and who doesn't have them and who turned them in. And well, they know who turned them in. If anybody turned them in, I'm sure they had people just running to their local ATF to turn them in.
Yeah, so nothing will happen that day.
Nope. So that's out there for everybody who doesn't have a bump stock. That date is coming up on the 26th. So keep your eyes open to GOA because that's where you're going to get your news on the bump stocks and what's going on with their lawsuit.
So, like, if somebody offers me a deal on one, like on the 27th, I shouldn't take it.
If he's got a hat
I
on
can-
that says ATF, no.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Nice try, ATF. Nice try.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
With that, I'm jumping out. You guys have fun.
All right. Well, we're gonna wind it down here because we got to get out of here before Clover starts up. I don't want to. Clover's in the pocket of big AR 500 armor, so I don't want to get in his bad side because I don't have any armor. So I'm gonna wind it up for that. So Night Strike, why don't you go ahead? What do you got?
I don't know. Check out gumtube.org. That's it.
He ain't got no tagline.
Got no tagline.
No, I have a tagline. I just don't feel like it tonight. I'm just a little too down in the dumps.
Are you feeling infringed?
Not infringed, just unhappy.
So you're gonna make the rest of us unhappy by not saying your tagline?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
He's the opposite of happy.
Yeah.
All right, get the fuck out of here.
Thou shalt not be in the fridge.
Get the fuck out of here without your tagline. I don't need-
And he did.
Oh,
he did.
He's gone.
all
All
right.
I'll remember that. I was screaming on his. I'm not gonna pee in his fridge now. So
Well,
there.
That'll teach him.
That'll learn him.
Yeah.
Gizzard, what do you got? You got Foul Territory coming up tomorrow, right?
Got Foul Territory coming up tomorrow, possibly early bird head on Sunday morning.
Which goes for like 5-6 hours, something like that.
Well, last week it only went 4. It kind of varies. However long we want to do it, basically. I got hungry. The truth to be known, I had to go get lunch. But yeah, so check me out, GizzerGary.com. Thanks to everybody. Thanks for the invite. Like, share, and subscribe to Obnoxious One, whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
And give him the bird.
All right.
Definitely give him the bird.
Grim, you got anything coming up?
No, nothing at all here. Just hanging out.
All right.
Hopefully
Fine.
Gary will do something Sunday morning. He's been keeping us going Sunday mornings lately. Hint, hint,
There you
Gary.
go. I think you should get in there and you should make him go like 6 hours. Make him miss lunch.
Well, he went I don't know, Gary. How long did you go on that first one? 4.5 or something?
5.5 on the first.
5.5.
Yeah.
See, there you go. You got a mark to beat now.
5.5, then 4.5, and then 4. So, yeah, I need people to help me keep it going. In fact, somebody else wants to fire it up. Feel free. I'll join in yours. I don't care. It's not an exclusive franchise.
You should franchise it. That's what you should do. Is franchise it. Then you can retire.
It's doggone it. Sunday morning, I want to talk to somebody. You know.
All right. Thanks for jumping in, Grim.
Yeah.
Jim, what do you got coming up? You got anything else? Anything coming up? Other than
I could
get to Tulsa.
I could make Midnight Range leave in disgust real quick and just say if you're anywhere near Navasota, Texas, come and shoot
Shut up, Jim.
Kalashnikovs with us. April 13th and 14th.
Why nobody likes you, Jim? It's why
I
nobody
know.
likes you, Jim.
Because we have Kalash bashes and stuff here in Texas.
Damn it, Jim. He's a fry cook, not a shooter.
God,
See, Jim, it didn't work. He didn't leave in disgust. He's still here.
I tried, guys. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm more disgusting than disgusted.
I appreciate the effort, though. Mr. Kingpin, what do you got coming up? You got anything cool coming up that you're going to release over there to GunTube?
Probably nothing cool, but I'm gonna get another one of the firearms inventors cards coming out, and then another one of my Maryland gun laws videos will be out soon. Other than that, that's about it.
The firearm inventors cards are cool. Maryland gun laws, not so much.
Yeah, no, it's not pretty, and it's gonna get worse in the next couple weeks.
Seat of Liberty, gotta love that. Gotta love all the original 13 have all gone to hell.
Yeah, if you want to see where bad things happen to guns, just look at the borders of our state. The Maryland House passed the bill to make all private sales have to have background checks as well. So I'm sure the Senate will pass it, and I guarantee that the governor will sign it. So
yeah, that's how they do it in Illinois. You got to get a transaction number from the Illinois State Police for private sales.
Yeah, I've had to experience that a couple different times with different whacked out Maryland laws that just don't make any sense, and it's not fun. So take a lesson from this state. Don't let Maryland become your state next, because everything that goes to the federal government that doesn't pass goes to your states, and they pass in states like Maryland and California. So do the best not to let it happen where you live at.
Yep, keep your eyes open for stuff. That's for sure. That's why I'm glad Midnight came in here and about that PA stuff. And I'll see now. Night Strike's left, so he's not even gonna be here for his cue. But what do you got coming up?
Bawoosh.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I ain't got no tagline. All right. So yeah, check out my channel. Live stream Sunday night. You know, they could go. This last one went for 5 hours. So hey, if you want to do some marathon chatting, you can come to my place. Check out my video on that PA 768. It's a good one to share. You know, it's a real simple video. There's nothing too fancy about it, but it's a good video to share. It gives you the rundown of the bill and, you know, spread the word, you know. And if you saw the video or you saw the thumbnail for it, I have the Second Amendment of Pennsylvania up there, and it doesn't say shall not be infringed. It says shall not be questioned. So since Night Strike left early, I'll give you a shall not be questioned, okay? Here we
go for it.
Shall not be questioned!
That was eerie. That was eerie. It was.
That was a little weird.
You're definitely
So
channeling.
good. I thought he was channeling his inner Night Strike.
I thought he was channeling his blue dress.
I don't want to be
Howdy,
anywhere
that is-
in Night Strike. So no.
That is the link to Midnight's video on the PA bill that's coming through. So anybody that's in the chat that lives in PA or near PA or is interested in PA, go check that out and see what's coming down the pike there.
And I will say too, as far as subscribers go and stuff like that, I've got some new people that are leaving comments on that video, and I've had a couple of new people subscribe to the channel because of it. So, you know, I know there's a lot of people that do videos on this stuff, and you figure why do a video because so and so did a video on it already. You can reach people even with a small channel. There's always somebody that stumbles upon it. So, you know, it's good to do these videos, even if they seem a little repetitive sometimes, because you do get new viewers that even some of the big channels that you assume everybody knows about, you might be the one that they see. So, you know, throw a little video out there for this stuff. It's important.
Oh, and especially on that local stuff, my biggest video is still that Deerfield gun ban.
Mm-hmm.
That is still my biggest video, and that was almost a year ago that I put that one up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So not that subs mean a whole lot or, you know, all that kind of stuff to subscribers, but if you're really doing this to kind of spread the word and you know, get the 2A movement some positivity and some oomph, do the videos, because you know, the next person that the person that sees your video first might prompt them to go to a rally or you know, get involved with an organization or you know, check out your live stream even and be like a contributor to your channel. So yeah, do it. It's worth it. And I screw you, Jim, by the way.
All right, Rich, what do you got? What do you got coming out of the 1,000 Acre Wood?
Let's see. Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern over on Loaded Media Channel, we have This Week Unloaded. And Gary can't give anybody the bird. Rocal bought all the damn thing.
I am the bird.
He definitely bought all the damn birds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that boy's going to do with all of them, but maybe he'll give them away. Maybe he'll be giving the bird.
Yeah, Rocal's got enough. You can give lots of people the birds.
That's for sure. Sarge, what do you got? You got a show coming up sometime this week, don't you?
Saturday night at 11 p. I've got a show. It'll be we're talking about doing the Tulsa, huh?
Central, 11 p.m. Central.
No, East, the real time. Guess we're talking about as a central theme being the Tulsa Chat, kind of nailing down our plans, what we're going to do. We'll talk about that. And I don't have a fresh video filmed, but if this weather blows out, I'm definitely going to film Saturday. I might film a little bit tomorrow, just depending. So got a little bit of stuff. I tested out I do have one little video that I can put up on Instagram of the Mossberg trying it out with the mini shells. So I lied. I do have something I got to put up.
You got that adapter and the mini shells.
Oh yeah, it's like shooting a rifle. It is a blast.
Well, then you probably ought to put that video out.
I need to do like an actual review. I just did a real quick little range thing, but I need to buy a sight system for it because they kind of fly just a little bit high. Apparently, I mean they appear to fly repeatedly in the same place, but they go just a little bit high, so it needs either a bigger front sight or a little ghost ring setup. So I was researching those this week and got to save my money up, buy a nice little ghost ring setup for it.
All right, well, we'll keep an eye out for that, and we'll definitely be there Saturday night for the show.
Yes, sir.
All right, Outlaw, what do you got going on?
Not a damn thing.
Okay. All right, well, thanks for showing up.
You know, I do my shows on Monday nights, man.
You do a show on Monday nights?
Show?
Yeah, but most of the time, yeah, most of the time.
I was not aware.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. It's just a little show, nothing fantastic.
You got tens of fans, though.
I do have tens of fans, yes.
Okay.
Of which Sarge is one.
You got anything else?
Me and Sarge do a wrestling show once a month, which we're running late this month because, well, we still haven't got a guest.
No.
So Jim Cornette just will not come out of retirement to be on our show.
Yeah, Jim
tens of fans. That's not real. Nobody has tens of fans. Come on, be realistic.
Oh, I've got dozens of fans. 3 of them.
I've got tens of fans.
That's a lot. I'm jealous.
All right. Yeah. So you got a Monday night show. You got a show with Sarge on wrestling that you're not getting up and not getting done. So there we go.
Well, I blame Sarge. He's still hung up on getting Ric Flair on. So
I'd settle for Bill Mulkey.
I actually sent him a message, and I still haven't gotten a reply.
Yeah, when we get turned down by the Mulkeys, we really are doing bad.
Hey, the Mulkeys are famous. They had that one win. Come on.
I know.
Yeah, they did get the one win.
And that's why they're too good for us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody that's out there in the chat, still make sure you check out everybody that's here on the panel and that was on the panel. Gives Gary jumped out to hop over to Clover Text Chat, which you should also do after this is over. And appreciate everybody out there. This has been Orange You Glad It's Not the Closer number 8 with a special guest from the closer, Mr. Midnight Range. And we'll see you.
I thought I was a special guest.
Well, you're a special guest.
Yeah, you're just special.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Shall not pee in fridge and #PorkyPiggin.
Whoosh.